Welcome back to the Fandalorians, teachers by day, nerds by night. Today's episode is one of our favorite kind of episodes because it gives us the chance to step away from arguing about Marvel, The Pit, Bridgerton, reboots, sequels, and whatever nonsense Mr. Richardson is mad about this week, and we get to celebrate something that actually matters. So last year, we started a tradition on this show where we sat down with the Riverhead School District Valedictorian and Salutatorian, and it quickly became one of our favorite community episodes. So this year, we're running it back. Today, we're welcoming two incredible members of the Riverhead Class of 2026, our Salutatorian, Olivier Earl, and our Valedictorian, Aiden Foss. We're going to talk about school, pressure, success, advice, and the moments that shape them. And because this is the Fandalorians, we're absolutely going to ask them some ridiculous questions as well. So grab your pencils, silence your phones, and try not to go to the bathroom 5 minutes into the lesson. All this and more in a Riverhead Class of 2026. Aiden and Olivier join the Fandalorians episode of the Fandalorians. Teachers by day, nerds by night.
That is the bell. Class is in session. Welcome to the Fandalorians podcast. Teachers by day, nerds by night. Always, we will forever be the #1 pop culture podcast by public school teachers. Each and every week, a lie. We bring you the latest entertainment news, reviews, and lively debates, all with a fun teacher twist. Proud members of the Unfiltered Studios podcasting network. Lifelong friendships, plenty of banter, good-natured trash talk. Guest today. It's a good time. Okay, guys, we're having a good time. Email us at thefandaloriansmailbag@gmail.com, and you can text us at 631-494-3632. We get listeners all the time, especially when we have guests. So let me just set the table. Let me introduce ourselves. My name is Mr. Richardson, Riverhead graduate, 4th grade teacher, and the man who could have been valedictorian or salutatorian, but he went for a bigger prize.
Is this the prize I'm thinking of?
Yeah, you know the prize. Best dressed, baby. That's what I wanted. Now, listen, there was a point when I was in high school, 94, Google it, look it up. I'm old, but I'm washed, but it's okay. They were like, hey, Jimmy, study. You can get that valedictorian. You can get salute. No, guys, I want to be best dressed. That's all I want. That's what my mama wanted. That's what my daddy wanted. We wanted.
Hey, either way, you're in the yearbook.
I'm in there. I'm in my purple suit. I look like the Joker.
I do. I love that suit.
Yeah, it was wild. I don't even know why I wore that. It was a terrible decision. But I worked hard and I achieved my goal. And what I wear to school as a teacher every day is the exact same thing I wore in high school, minus the tie. Not bad.
So you too can achieve your dreams.
My other co-teacher, another Riverhead graduate, New York City public school teacher, and the man who is missing Cinco de Mayo celebrations for this. Can you say sacrifice?
Well, that's what the greats really do. They put, their priorities before fun. So right now I am currently stuck in my son's bedroom because my wife and my mother-in-law and my kids are out having tacos and quesadillas and chips and guacamole. And I am with the future of society. So I think I win.
Way to turn that around, because I wasn't sure how that was going to end. And my other co-teacher, Riverhead 2nd grade teacher, and the man who has read even more books recently, Mr. J.
I think I've up to 9 books since the last time I was on.
Oh my God. So how many books so far? It is May, nearly halfway through. Do you keep a running list?
Oh, of course I keep a running list.
Didn't we make a bet, McDonald?
We did.
We did. Oh, so you guys didn't tell me with the
we can't. Ready? I'm going to text it to Mr. Richardson right now.
Yeah, we have that information. Give us a number.
How many I've read at right now?
Yeah, where you at right now?
So right now I'm at 26.
Interesting. Okay.
Check your phone, Mr. Richardson. I just sent you the over under.
Yeah, I heard that pop up. Okay.
We'll talk
Comma.
about it in December.
we
Whether
will.
you,
Yes.
yeah,
Did I take the under on this? Did I take the over? What did I do?
I took the over. You
Okay.
took the under.
I feel good. I feel good so far. All right.
But hold on, Charlie. If you get a text in November that says maybe you should read a couple more books, it's completely unrelated.
Okay, no problem.
We're at your house doing chores outside. No. I got the leaves. Go inside.
You sit there. You read.
Go inside.
All right.
I got to put my kids through college. You need to go inside. A lot of money on this. All right, listen. After all the jokes, the teacher questions, the pretend wisdom, we usually throw around this ridiculous podcast. Today, we're going to talk to two people who have earned the right to give real wisdom.
Wait. They're here to give wisdom. I was ready to give it to them. Maybe
No,
I can
no,
learn from them.
They're definitely smarter than us. We started this tradition last year. It's become one of our favorites. These students didn't just survive high school. They showed up, worked hard, handled the pressure, and somehow made it look a lot easier than it probably was. So now we are turning the mic over to two of Riverhead's best. Please welcome, from the Riverhead Class of 2026, this year's Salutatorian, who will be attending Temple University Honors College to study political science, Oliver Earl. Clapping.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Great. I'm doing awesome.
Thank you so much for being here. And we also have this year's Valedictorian, who will be attending St. Joe's University as a dual major in political science and history, Aiden Foss. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Great.
I feel like we're going to have to pump in like sounds of applause because our applause just isn't enough.
We don't have a studio audience.
No,
Yeah,
we
well,
don't.
not yet.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll get
It's
an
not
AI
filmed in front of a live studio audience.
We should. You know what? That's the goal, guys. That's
That's the vision. That's the vision.
That's the vision. That's exactly what we know. He gets it. He gets me. All right, you know we're the Fandalorians, teachers by day, nerds by night. Clearly, you've been listening for 5 straight years now. Let's start with the teacher aspect of it, though. Did you have a favorite teacher growing up, Ollie?
Yeah. So I went to private school before this in from K through 8. Aiden actually attended that with me for a little while. And when I entered middle school, that would be back in 2019, I believe. In my 6th grade history class, I had Mrs. Ryan. Mrs. Ryan had taught there for about 30 years. She really knew her stuff. She was an expert on ancient history, medieval history. She really opened me up to, like, I guess I would say the wider world and kind of what it meant to, be a citizen of the planet, the history that we carry with us. I think it all started there where I kind of opened up, like, now, of course, I can articulate this so well, but back then I really had only focused on like science and math. And even though I had general interest in everything, I never really honed in on history up until that point. And all of a sudden I was spending, days of my time learning about, the ancient Greeks and the Renaissance and the Aztecs. It really opened my mind to what humans are capable of, what that means for the past, present, and future. And I think that kind of shows me moving forward. Mrs. Ryan, she kind of gave me this view in the world that I think I'll always have with me.
Well, we all know that social studies is the single most important subject, right?
Oh, exactly. Math could never compete. No equation is more important.
Ready? And this is what I tell.
do you teach?
This is what I tell my students because, of course, I teach social studies. There's not a math channel.
Yeah, right.
There is a history channel.
Yes.
That's a great point. What about you, Aiden?
Well, I've actually had 2 favorite teachers, if that's all right. I had 2 favorite teachers. One was when I was in 5th grade, Miss McDonald.
No relation?
No. And then the other one was 9th grade in physics, smart physics, Mr. Wallace. So Miss McDonald and Mr. Wallace, they both definitely helped push me to, like, because I would always be focused on I would always ask so many questions, and even though I knew the answer, I would still keep on asking questions. And Mr. Wallace, he definitely pushed me to, like, just find them on my own, and really, like, I didn't need to be relying on everyone else to like back me up and support me. I knew I knew what I was doing, and I could just go off of that. And then Miss McDonald, she definitely helped show me that, like, you could put the amount of work you put into something, you definitely, like, see the results, and and you could see how much you've improved. She helped me with my writing. Like when I was in fourth grade, like I wasn't a great writer, but then when I like by the end of fifth grade, it was an astonishing improvement. Like I could see that like I was able to formulate essays much easier, and she definitely like helped make me have more of an interest in that area.
Well, we all know that writing is the most important subject, right?
Right. Great job. And I know both those teachers too pretty well, so they're gonna love hearing that. But we are also the nerds by night. So back to you, Ollie. What are you nerdy about?
I'm nerdy about a lot.
go.
All right, so I actually recently in the past year I've really gotten into comic books.
You're on the
And
right podcast.
yeah, I'm in the right spot. I've read all of Invincible. I have a lot of Spider-Man that I've read, Amazing Spider-Man. I've actually got a copy of X-Men with me right now. So I read a ton of comic books. I'm a big reader in general. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. When I get a new book, I know I'm having a good day. I
Love
like
it.
all sorts of history books. I like classic literature. I like philosophy. I like those kinds of things. But and you know what? And movies. I love movies. I love dissecting movies. I really love cinematography, all that kind of stuff. Like how that all plays into a good movie is like I could spend hours talking about that if someone wanted to.
So wait, movies and comic books? I feel like I'm talking to Mr. Richardson.
Go.
What's funny is I was thinking about it. I had brought it up that we should do a comic book club with these two. And as
I
you're
did
talking
the
about,
assignment.
yeah, did you guys end up reading the Godzilla and Romeo Juliet Meet Godzilla?
I
read
did. I enjoyed it.
We should talk
I have
about
to
that
see
one
the
time.
other one we're reading.
Ollie,
World
check that out.
I will. I didn't know that was one to be had.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's two things
Sounds
you
cool.
just need together. Aiden, what are you nerdy about?
Well, I'm definitely nerdy about movies. Definitely Star Wars and Marvel.
You're on the right podcast.
This is great. This is great today so far.
I love Revenge of the Sith. That's like I could go like Ollie with cinematography. I could go hours of just talking about that. Just one movie. That one movie I could talk about forever.
Interesting.
So hold on, Aiden. What are your thoughts on the new trilogy, the most recent one?
Force Awakens isn't bad. Like I like the idea, but then Rise of Skywalker. Oh my gosh! Like I can't stand it. It hurts to watch.
So
Yeah,
hang on,
great.
you have to settle a debate between Mr. Richardson and I. The middle one, Last Jedi, good or bad?
It depends on the day. I don't know. It's,
Yeah, you know what? That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
That's perfectly.
To be fair, The Last Jedi I think has gotten a bit better since it came out. Rise of Skywalker hasn't at all.
no,
No,
yeah.
it's gotten actively worse.
You see, like after watching Rise of Skywalker, that makes Last Jedi look amazing. I mean,
Wow. Strong words on the podcast. All right, guys, thank you for joining us. We're going to talk to you for a little bit, little interview question. We have a game later. It's a lot of fun, but we got to gather together because it's time for the building meeting.
Come on down to the building meeting. Come on down today. There's many things to talk about. Yes, you have to stay. Urgent things to discuss. So lose that face of disgust. No, this couldn't be an email. So come on down today. Building meeting today. Oh yeah, it's the building meeting today.
So this is our students' first ever building meeting. What they don't understand is these are the things that we have to go through as teachers, and we sit through and have to tolerate it. And so now you do too. We're going to start with our first question. We'll go with Ollie first. What do people misunderstand the most about being at the top of the class?
Yeah, that's really been like a big part of my high school experience. I think that for me, people most misunderstand that just because you're smart and work really hard on yourself and are dedicated doesn't mean that you can't have fun. I think that was like there's a huge like divide between like what people think like a top student is and kind of like what it really means to just be a person. You know, you're going to be working hard in your grades and your all of your academics, your extracurriculars, your whole life. You're always going to be putting dedication forward, but you need to have fun. You need to go hang out with your friends. You need to go to parties.
Go on
you need to,
podcasts.
yeah, exactly. Go to podcasts like this with some guys to talk about life. And you know, of course, be responsible, but it's paramount to have fun. And I think that if more people knew that, then you know, I think more top students would be more comfortable having fun because, you know, it is, you know,
Do you ever
like I said,
feel the pressure to feel guilty about not like doing schoolwork?
that's happened a few times, yeah. Which is like I don't like that feeling at all. You know, I that's part of it. It took me time to like learn, like, you know, as long as you're setting aside, you know, balancing your life, you're gonna be able to have time to have fun because, you know, I believe in creating some kind of balance. Balance is never going to be perfect, but you need to delegate some kind of time in your life that you are putting for yourself, your friends, and I think that comes with a lot of benefits.
Awesome. Now, Aiden, same question. What do people misunderstand about being at the top of the class?
Well, I definitely agree with Ollie. But I also want to add that a lot of people, like, when they think about it, they think that, like, when you're at the top of the class, like, you're just naturally smart. Like, you don't really have to work too hard. Like, it just comes naturally. And that's, like, entirely wrong. Like, I know all the people who are in the top 20 have worked their butts off to be there and are, like, have a work ethic like no other. I know personally, I I would when I was like a freshman, underclassman in general, I would be like locked in my room just doing work. I wouldn't want to go outside unless I had all my stuff done. Like it definitely
I
takes a lot of work.
I love that you
Absolutely.
said that. I really do. And honestly, if I remember, Mr. G, correct me if I'm wrong, last year's said a similar thing about how they worked hard and that people thought they didn't have fun. That was what the two said
Mhm.
last year. I forgot their names.
I
right now,
was
but
thinking the same
yep, that's the
exact
first
thing.
thing the two people last year said. We still have fun. People don't think we do. That's funny.
Yeah.
And it was their work ethic
Yep.
that really made them stand out. Like you were saying, it's not, yes, you're smart, but you put that work ethic behind it. And that was the driving force that was sounds like made you more successful in your school. So, Aiden, I'm going to go to you for this one. What did high school teach you that had nothing to do with grades?
I think a big thing that high school definitely taught me was like through like my personal experience, I've seen that like who you choose to be friends with and like who you really hang out with definitely determines like what you do at the end of high school or like the person you turn out to be at the end of high school. Like who you hang out with determines whether or not you're being supported enough to fulfill all the stuff you want to accomplish. If they don't support you and they like belittle you, then you're gonna feel put down. You're not gonna really be able to accomplish a whole lot because of that.
That's a wonderful response.
That
Uh,
is.
You know, and it's something my mom used to say to me. And she used to say, if you're the smartest person in your group of friends, you're in the wrong group of friends. And it just tells you who you surround yourself with is so important, which is why I surrounded myself with the best dressed student in
Yeah.
Riverhead High School.
In second grade, Phillips Avenue. Come on. And we're still together. We're still friends this many years later doing a podcast. It worked out perfectly. Ollie, what about you?
Yeah, I think for me, high school taught me that, you know, through experience that there's all different types of people. Not all of them are going to be your friend. Not all of them are going to be, you know, your opponent either. Some of them are just going to be around. And it's kind of up to you how you deal with the cards of, you know, that you're dealt and how you deal with these people on a daily basis. And it, you know, I think I've learned what it means to be a friend, what it means to be kind, you know, and self-restraint, all those things that you can only get those things from dealing with other people. And that's not always an easy thing. It's not always a fun thing, but you know, that's part of life. And I think high school really just shows you that as it is. And I think that I've come away from high school with a good understanding of, you know, just the reality of the many, many different types of people that are in this world.
Interpersonal skills.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
I'll make you go far in life.
I've said to my kids before, it's always make sure, like, hang on. not everyone's going to be your friend, but I love that adding not everyone's going to be your opponent. I've never heard that part before. So I'm going to go ahead and steal that and use it at some point. And then when someone says it, I'll pretend that I came up with it myself. What
I'll
give
let you
you
have the
credit.
credit.
As I've always said, and no one else has
Yeah.
ever said before.
Ever.
Yeah.
No, ignore the man at Temple. I've said this for years. Ignore him. Guys, I'll start with you, Ollie, on this one. What is one thing you used to care about a lot that you could care less about now? Like when you were younger, maybe this was like a really, 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 really big deal to you. And then as you
Hey,
got
turns
older,
out he
it's not a
doesn't
big
like
deal.
Pokemon as much as he used to.
I mean, yeah, I've always gone through like phases of kind of what I obsess over. When I was a really little kid, I guess I was kind of more interested into like biology, and I was really interested like in environmental like science and like climate change, especially, which I'm still passionate about now. But like I remember as a little kid, I would watch like the Planet Earth documentaries, and then as I got older, I would say I transitioned into like planes and like engineering and technology. You know, as a kid, when you're a kid, you might have these like obsessions that you go through for like 2 years, and then you kind of shift into a different one, and then go through a different one. You know, I've come to settle in like history, politics, philosophy. That's kind of where I am. That's where I flourish. But I think, you know, I've had all these different kinds of phases in my life, and even though I've kind of in a way moved past them, I think they've all kind of taught me that like to appreciate all the curiosities of life, whatever the topic they might fall under.
Just wait till you get to your mid-40s and you get into your World War II phase.
Oh, you're on
Everybody
that.
goes through it.
Yeah, everyone does. Aiden, same thing.
I definitely have had multiple phases, just like Ollie. I know when I was like from like third grade all the way to middle school, I would be reading all the time. Unfortunately, I just like got really busy and didn't really have too much time to put away for that. And then I got really into Legos and building a whole lot of. I mean, I had a huge collection. It was amazing. Probably now I don't know. I'm like a mix of like everything now. I play a lot of sports now, like with my
Oh, well,
friends
see,
and
there
stuff.
you go. So what about like big picture wise? You're like, I don't care what people think anymore or anything like that.
I definitely grew out of my like overstudying phase. If that's something like even in middle school, I would spend all my time just trying to understand stuff and just like, or not even understand, like understand topics and study, even though I already knew it. I would just overstudy and overstudy. And then eventually I like realized I know this. I don't need to go over this like 20 more times.
Yeah, once
So.
you know that mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, you can pretty much put it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that too. Like, I think for me it was math, like always pushing myself. I was never the strongest math student until like 8th grade. And I really took it on myself to like push myself to like learn it and be great at it. And even though like I'm still like, you know, dedicated to my studies, I know not to go crazy and burn myself out like on math.
Perfect.
All right, so I'll go with the next one, and we're going to hit Aiden with this one. As a graduating senior now, what advice would you give to students who are smart, capable, but still feel like they're falling behind? How would you help them kind of handle the pressure?
That was like basically me when I was a freshman. I mean, I would always feel like
What would you
like,
tell freshman Aiden?
that like you got this, like you're not being a perfectionist is good, but don't let that determine everything about like make sure that you're a perfectionist, but don't let that be like a perfectionist to a fault. Like be able to understand that not everything has to be completely spot on. Like you're gonna be everything that you do is most likely gonna be correct. Don't like spend all your time just trying to get it's that perfect point. Like you'll be fine.
There is an old saying. It says that greatness is the enemy of good, where sometimes you just got to let it go. You're like, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for, you know, all those, you know, really hardworking freshmen and maybe even middle schoolers coming up to the high school now, I think I would say that like if they're feeling overwhelmed by everything they want to excel at, I think writing down your thoughts or trying to at least put your organization onto a piece of paper is actually really helpful. That's something I never really done until trying to get into it now. And I think that's honestly something that, you know, if you can at least, if maybe you're not good at organizing, which I'm terrible at, if you can, you know, create some tools that like I said, you know, just writing down your thoughts, putting it on a piece of paper, at least making those thoughts real, and those, points that you want to address, whether it be academics or sports or a club. If you put it out there on a piece of paper, I think it'll help show you like, okay, I can do this. I can manage this over the course of a week, over a month, and I can improve myself over a month or 2 months, and make time for myself all the same. And honestly, if I met me, like freshman me, I really wouldn't want to
other than take their lunch money.
Yeah, just rob them of everything. I don't think I would really tell myself much of anything. I think I've only gotten here because of the experiences, the way I experienced them, and although they weren't great, I couldn't possibly take those away. So I think I have to experience that. But
like, stay the course, kid.
Yeah, he has to experience it on his own. But I guess ultimately the one thing I would say is that just love yourself. That's you're always going to have you, and that's the most important thing.
Just be forgiving.
We are a product of our life experiences, though. We're the sum total of them. So you're right. Listen, we all saw Back to the Future. We know how this happens, guys. You pull the string, you pull something in the past, it changes everything. All right, Ollie, I'll start with you with this one. What are you nervous about as you move into the next chapter of your life?
Nervous about a lot, gotta be honest with you, Mr. Richardson. But
only everything.
Only everything, only the entire world.
It started with the podcast, and then I'm moving through that.
I'd say one of the things would be maintaining my character. Maintaining your character takes work over, every week, every month. You always have to use your morals and reassess your morals, and making sure that whatever you do, you stay true to like who you are. And that's really important to me, because I never want to become someone that I eventually look back on and become like, oh my God, who did I become? I want to be, oh my God, I became the person I wanted to be. And that kind of leads to my second worry of like, I want to become someone who's great. I think that I'm the only existence for me that there is. There's only one Oliver St. James Earl. I want me to be the best possible version of myself I can be in these 80
Hold on,
years.
I gotta stop for a second. Hold on, you're Oliver St. James Earl?
Yeah, that's my middle name, St. James.
Wow, that's like the perfect letterhead. You have to be like president or something.
You gotta
that yes.
Or a lawyer.
Yeah, that's the great.
It does have a nice ring to it.
It definitely does.
So yeah, I really just want to make sure
Aiden's like, I have a middle name too.
I just want to make sure I live up to the person I aspire to be, and I only get 80 years to do it, and I want to do the best I can at living.
Well, I'm definitely nervous about a lot. I mean, I'm nervous that like I'm gonna just cycle back to how I was freshman year in high school, consistent, like not really having that good balance. But then again, like I really learned this throughout high school, how to really balance myself, make sure have good break up your time, make sure I have like enough time for hobbies, stuff like that. Yeah, no, I'm nervous about that. I need to make sure I gotta keep my grades and stuff like that because I do want to eventually go to law school.
Both of you guys are dorming on campus.
Yep.
I'm commuting.
You're gonna commute, but let me tell you, it goes by fast. Like Miss Richardson could tell you, my son, he's finishing his freshman year of college, and he comes home next Saturday.
You're going to have fun. You're going to enjoy it, but you're going to keep working hard because you get there and you just like, all right, let's go. Because she does this thing where she locks down before finals week where no one has heard from her. She won't respond. The only thing she did was because it was final week of classes and this week her finals, and she leaves Thursday. She shuts down the phone. We can't contact her. She won't say anything. The only time I hear is on Sunday because she needed the HBO password because her and her roommate stopped. Her roommate is going to school for being a doctor. They stopped to watch whatever show they're watching on HBO. I don't really know. And they need the passcode because they're in a different state. Then I don't hear from her. And she hasn't asked for any money, and she's just nonstop. They shut down. Like you
mean you don't stalk her on Life 360?
No, she doesn't. Right? She's in the library. Even if she has it on, which she usually does, she's in the library because she can't study in her room because she gets distracted by things. And then at the campus, they have the spot where you can go into like an isolation room and rent the space where no one's in the room. It has a charger and you close the door and it's soundproof. So she will rent the space. I mean, just you put your name down and we'll be there for hours. So I'm telling you, You're having fun, but when you want to buckle down, you can buckle down, and they give you a lot of opportunities. So you guys are going to be great.
All right. Who is the one person, teacher, family member, friend?
Who are you
who made-
asking this to?
I'm asking myself,
Uh,
Mr. McDonald.
Please,
Thank you
son.
very much. I'll throw it out there when I'm ready to throw it out there.
oh, so you're gonna have them both waited on bated breath?
Yes. No,
All right,
I'm
stop
gonna
fighting.
go with
We're all
Aiden
friends.
again because he just
we go.
he finished right there. Say,
All right, let's start over because we were talking over. Go ahead.
all right.
No, it's funnier this way.
Who
They're fighting. See this bickering?
now?
What kind of role models are we to this children?
Yeah,
This
and
is
they,
what
they,
people pay the medium bucks for.
All right.
And they
Read
call
the
themselves
question the way
friends.
he wants to read the question.
Yeah.
God, these social studies teachers, they show up. And in World War II, they wouldn't read it this way. Like, what are you
No.
doing?
All right.
I'm sorry, Charles.
wait.
I apologize for my friend.
Who is what? I'm not your friend either. What's
No,
up
I'm
with that?
apologizing for my friend, the other friend. Guys, we can't.
Guys, not in front of the guests.
Oh, sorry. All right. So, Aiden, who is the one person, teacher, family member, friend, comic book hero, who made the biggest difference in your journey? What would you want to say to them if, given the chance to tell them how you feel about how they helped you get to where you are today?
I feel like I also have two people for this. My mom and also Mr. Wallace again. For both of them, they both pushed me really to almost reinvent myself and really develop the work ethic that I have now. They've pushed me throughout numerous struggles, like whenever I felt like I couldn't or I didn't understand what I was doing, they were both there to help teach me that I knew what I was doing. I just needed that push really to really understand that I had it and I would be all right.
Ollie, what about you?
if there was one figure who shaped my life the most, it would definitely be my mom. I mean, I've gotten my whole desire for learning, my curiosity, all from her. I learned so much of like my mentality from her. So I'm always super thankful for everything my mom has given me for my whole life, and all she's taught me and all she hasn't given me so that I learn how to get it myself. But I think if there was someone who I can't thank, right now, I for being in my life or, looking up to, I guess I would choose my great grandmother. She passed away before I got to high school. She was always there for me. I saw her like every weekend. She was so kind, so intelligent and thoughtful, and she gave me so many good memories. And I think that she left at a time, right at a time of like transition, where I was transitioning from my younger self, and in a few years was becoming my adult self. And I'm just now a version that she'll never get to see. And if I could, even just for a few minutes, it'd be great to show her, I've become, and just make her proud. She's someone who also really loved history and intellectual curiosity. So if I could show her who I am for just 5 minutes, I'd be so grateful.
All right. So now let's talk about the distant future. I'm going to start with Ollie here. Now, 10 years from now, what would make you proud of the person that you have become? Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Yeah, that's kind of a question I ask myself, I think, every day. That is the question for me, and how I'm kind of especially now with like going into college, that's kind of always in my head. I really want to become someone that I'm super proud of. I think in 10 years after undergrad in political science, perhaps I think a master's or two, my dream is to become a politician. I think in 10 years from now, I would be 28. I would see myself being some form of city council member, maybe moving into some kind of election, perhaps.
You can be in the House of Representatives.
I could, yes, I would. By then, I would be eligible. And yeah, definitely building my political career. I see myself having visited plenty of countries, seen the world, like Greece. That's like my dream place I want to go to, study abroad at. And
it is the birthplace of democracy.
Exactly. In 10 years, I really want to start becoming the leader that I dream to be.
Very cool. Very cool. All right, Aiden, same question. 10 years from now, what would make you proud of the person that you've become?
Well, 10 years from now, I hope to have graduated law school. I hopefully want to get a job at a law firm, and I want to be able to help people. I'm not really sure what type of law I want to go into yet. I'm still thinking about it, but no matter really what I go into, I definitely want to find a way that I could help people and be there for be there to help support people if they can't really support themselves.
I love that both of you are going to head down a path where you're going to be helping people. And
what I think ultimately is going to happen is they're both going to become politicians, and we're going to have to choose, and then it's going to tear us apart.
no, they're going to be on the same ticket, man.
Okay, all right, fine.
the same ticket. Guys, thank you so much. Did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a
Okay,
good time.
great, because we're not done. We have more to do.
Awesome.
Now, it is time for my favorite part of the show. It is time for Pop Quiz with the Fandalorians. Oh, look, I wrote a little intro that I didn't even read. And I'm going to say this differently. Shoot. All right. Hang on. Let me start over. All right, guys. Did you have fun?
Yeah, I had a great
Tons.
time.
Yay, great. The second time doing it. So, all right.
You can't pull the curtain back like that. You can't say I'm going to redo it and then pull the curtain back.
They're here. They understand how this works. We've already fought twice. Now I have to keep
Yeah,
calling in 'cause it
we're
was
on
fun.
the inside.
They're inside the loop. He knows. They're in that area. They know. They want to know the secrets. What's going down? That's where they're headed. Lawyers, politicians. They need to know the stuff. We're going to need them. We're going to get in trouble one day. We're going to need both their help. We asked thoughtful questions. We reflected. We've grown as people. Somewhere a guidance counselor is wiping away a tear. But it's time for the part of the interview where the transcript stops mattering and the chaos begins. Pop quiz with the Fandalorians. We got some questions. Very little academic value. Almost no chance they study for any of this. All right, guys. It's time for Pop quiz with the Fandalorians. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun. Trying to be too nervous. Here we go. Number one is for both of you. You both study or plan to study political science. Let's start there. If you were running for president of the Marvel Universe, what would your campaign slogan be?
And no AI.
No. What's a good slogan?
Uh,
Yeah, tough. You weren't expecting this. He thought school was hard. Oh no. No, this pop quiz is serious.
yeah. Whoa, this is existential.
Yes.
So are you talking about just to give them, I'm stalling, guys, think.
Any kind of
A
slogan.
whole
Thanos was
yes,
right.
we
Any
can,
kind of slogan.
it's like
Maybe
that
it's
kind
like,
of slogan,
Fun.
Ollie, vote for Ollie.
no
Yeah.
new taxes, what?
I
Whatever.
got one. I
All
got
right,
one.
Allie, you got one? What do you got?
The shield of liberty does not hold itself.
Wow. Jeez, man. Wow. That's a good one. I vote for him. Aiden, you got one?
All right, no pressure, Aiden.
I was gonna steal the thing from Cars where it's like you can't have lightning, or no, you can't, or no, lightning comes before thunder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the scoreline. McDonald, give him
All
a
right.
point.
Well, Aiden, that's plagiarism, so I cannot keep it. So I'm going to go for Ollie. Good job.
Yes.
Although I do love Cars, so.
I loved Cars.
Okay, you guys are going to have to come up with a collective answer for this one. Oliver, I know you like comics and movies. Aiden, you like Star Wars, Marvel, the Mets, and Legos. Here's the real question. Who wins in this fight? Spider-Man with a lightsaber or Darth Vader with a baseball bat? You guys have to come to an agreement.
I
Darth
mean, I think it's
Vader.
Darth Vader, right?
It's
He's
gotta
before
be Darth Vader.
Spider-Man's done. Yeah.
It's Darth Vader.
McDonald?
It's Darth Vader.
Wait. Explain your reasoning.
Spider-Man can do all he wants with his spider sense. I love the guy. All it takes is one chokehold from Darth Vader, and Spider-Man's kind of out.
Yeah, and you really need to be able to handle that lightsaber. I don't think Spider-Man would be able to handle it. Darth Vader's like,
He lacks the training,
yeah,
Exactly, yeah.
but
A lot
Darth
of people
Vader
realize-
has no training with a baseball bat.
Yes,
but
it
he's
does.
You don't
he's
know.
the strongest dude, the strongest Sith in the Star Wars movies. So I don't know.
McDonald, I think they get the point.
All right, so I'm going to give the point to both of them. Well supported, strong claim,
we
strong
go.
reasoning. I
Right.
appreciate it.
But for real, Mr. McDonald, if you could swing a lightsaber, you could swing a bat. There's skill that you need with a lightsaber, don't cut your leg off when you're swinging it around. You don't have to worry about that with a baseball bat.
Whoa, Charlie, can you bunt with a lightsaber?
That's also a
Yeah,
good point.
very carefully.
If you think about it, though, I don't think a lot of people realize the blade of a lightsaber doesn't weigh anything. So you're actually just moving the handle around all the time. That's what you have to balance, not the blade. So it's actually not anything like a baseball bat or sword.
Yeah, take that, Charlie.
No,
Yeah.
you can use the force to hold the bunt.
All right, let's got deep. Guys,
And
calm
wait a
down.
minute, you can't bunt with the lightsaber. The ball would hit the lightsaber and get split in half.
Wait,
Why
would
what
you
if
be
the
fighting with
ball
a
is made
lightsaber?
of that stuff that the Mandalorian's armor is made of?
That'd be way too expensive.
That's true.
You'd have to go chase that ball once you hit it foul. You'd be like, no, I need that back. It's like cricket. You gotta keep it. You can't keep the balls.
I never thought cricket would come up in the podcast. I'm not gonna lie.
Never.
That
That's a
wasn't in-
first, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
No,
like the
we're
only
gonna-
thing I know about cricket is that it's the same ball the entire game.
Really?
Yeah, if it leaves the field or pitch, whatever it's called, you have to throw it back in.
Oh,
Wow.
wow. Rookie of the year.
All right, this one, Oliver only. Oliver, you have to live in one comic book universe, and you do not get to stay in the rules. So you got to go to one universe and stay for a year. Here are the 4 universes. You choose. We'll determine and give a reason why. We'll determine if this is the best choice. So we determine if
Okay.
your opinion is right. That's basically what we're doing.
Okay.
We're gonna go at
Nice.
1, the Marvel universe; 2, the DC universe; 3, the universe that has Henry Danger in it. Did you ever see that show? That's nice. Okay.
A little bit. I didn't watch all of it, but yeah.
And the Captain Underpants universe. Yeah, some odd universes right there.
Yeah.
You got to live in one for a year.
I have to live in one for a year.
Yeah.
Well,
You
look
can
at the
do
bright
political
side.
stuff.
If you lived in the Captain Underpants universe, you'd see your principal's underpants.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
That is a bonus. That is a bonus. But so I'm a regular mortal human in both of those universes, right?
Correct.
Ooh, yeah, we're gonna say normal.
Okay. I'm gonna have to
With
go.
less chance of being killed.
I'm gonna have to go the Marvel universe.
Mhm.
I've got 2 reasons.
Okay.
One is that Gotham is really scary. I'm not trying to go anywhere near Gotham. So
That's a great
if I
point.
could cut that out from the equation, I definitely would.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And yeah, I gotta be honest. Number 2, maybe a Miles Morales situation will happen where a spider that's not supposed to bite me does bite me, and I do become Spider-Man. So
You know,
Any
McDonald,
universe that ends with you with Spider-Man is a win.
That's a win.
exactly
Great point. That's a good one.
You know where you can't be Spider-Man?
where
The Henry Danger universe.
Not at all.
except
Not at
won't be going there.
Aiden, this one's for you only. Everyone gets one for each person. See, I make it fair. It's fair. Tell us what is more stressful: taking the final exam, giving a graduation speech, or watching the Mets with a 1-run lead in the 9th inning.
Oh, it's got to be watching the Mets with a 1-run lead in the 9th inning.
That is the answer, McDonald. I don't care
Well,
what you say.
because see, here's the thing. Because
There's
Mr.
no way,
Richardson,
that's not it.
Mr. Richardson cannot tell like a baseball mitt from a third base. He knows 0 about baseball.
But I know about the Mets this year.
But everybody knows how bad the Mets are right now.
If they have that lead, if I don't care if I had to go to the bathroom and sit, I can't move. I have to watch it and stay through.
Oh, God bless you, man. God bless you. McDonald, I think he gets the point.
Yeah, it's total point.
No, there's no other.
Because
answer.
as a
Okay.
Yankee fan, it's one thing I do is love. Look, I'm not a Mets hater because they're not really a threat to the Yankees.
Word.
I mean, that's a great point. You're not wrong there.
But
But
I love watching Met fans because as a Jet fan, I'm spiritually the same. You're just waiting for the other shoe to drop constantly.
This is the Jets' year.
You know what? I knew I liked you for a reason,
yeah,
Aiden.
you
bold
know what? Give him an
prediction.
extra point. Give him an extra
Yeah.
point. You know what, buddy? You just earned 2 more.
Just
points.
remember,
That's
flattery will get you everywhere.
fine. I know that's right. Here we go. Since one of you is going to Temple, one of you is going to St. Joe's, which college mascot would win in the completely unfair and unnecessary cage match?
Well, there's an owl
Right.
and
I forgot
St.
what the other one was. I
Joe's.
looked it up earlier.
What's the mascot?
Golden Eagle. Golden
Ooh,
Eagle.
an owl versus an eagle is a
That's
quite
a
fair
great
match.
match. Oh my gosh. We're talking like a cage, like a heck in the cell match. I have to say heck.
Yeah.
It's got to be a
This is-
it's got-
This is hard. I mean, the owl can have, near 360-degree vision, high intelligence,
Tell
Pretty
the
good-
tape, doing it.
pretty good
Who?
stature, great hunters. But I don't know. I would be afraid of what that, gold eagle could do. I'm not going to lie.
I'd have to put my money on the Eagle. I mean, it's got America backing it up.
Wow, that's nice. Mr.
Oh,
D,
a
you
golden
look
eagle?
something
No,
up?
that's different than a bald eagle. No, that's not going to have the full might of America behind it.
Oh, that's some fighting.
It's a
right
cage
there.
match. It's one for one, band for band. Like,
Oh,
listen, I
The Eagle's
think
got the
I would-
claws. Either way,
true.
Eagles got the claws.
I think they
I
both
love-
got talons.
They're both
Totally.
hunters and birds of prey. But
Yeah.
unfortunately,
Wait, let Charlie go. No, wait, let
Oh,
Charlie
go
go. What were we playing?
I am not a what if fan. I don't like these scenarios. I
know you
detest those who would win books when it has like a orca and a great white shark, and the kid's like, Mr. G, who's gonna win? I'm like, not me, because I don't know who's gonna win, and I don't care who's gonna.
but
win.
what if it's like 500 Roman soldiers versus Chuck Norris?
Well, that's Chuck
Oh,
Norris.
Chuck Norris.
But
Yes.
in this, I'm gonna weigh my opinion on this one. I'm gonna go
Go.
with I think it's the eagle. With
I
Well,
think we
the
know
owl.
what Charlie says.
No,
But
see,
I don't know, man. Sometimes the silent hunter in the thing. I'm looking at the mascots though. Like I'm actually
you're
looking
right.
at them.
Pull up the mascot. I did
And-
say
now, this is an unfair question to ask me because I teach at a high school, William Cullen Bryant. And you know what our mascot is?
what?
We're the Owls.
Oh yeah, I can't trust either of you. I think
So sorry,
Everything gets-
Oh,
Eagles.
the Saint.
Yeah.
I think the St. Joe's logo looks a lot cooler.
Yeah,
you
that
don't
means
say
they're
the
not
eye.
good fighters. You always want to go for the one that you know that has to work the hardest. Eagles, nah, they're too privileged. Everybody thinks they're awesome.
Get out of here with your coughing
You
up.
don't call it the
Yeah,
eyes. You
like-
don't have the eyes of the owls. You have
Get
the
outta
eyes
here
of
with
the
your-
eagle.
Yeah, Eagles, their eyes are all looking to the sides. Owls are straight ahead. They're the eyes on the prize. So let's go, Owls.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
through it. All right, guys, we're diving too deep into this. I'm just gonna give everyone the point. I think everyone made a good argument. That's just everyone calm down. We want them to be. They're not going to be on the same ticket if we keep driving wedges between them this early.
Yeah.
Years
Come-
from
come
now,
on,
someone's
Charlie.
gonna run the tape.
All right.
There are
Come on, Mr.
more
G.
things that unite owls and eagles than divide.
If you
Birds
guys
of
are
a
on-
feather.
in the future,
Oh.
like in the future, you're both in the political landscape and you're on separate tickets, and during some sort of debate, one of you brings this up. I'm like, okay, do you want to vote for a man who thinks the Eagles are? Is this what we want? Is this what this country's come to?
This man is anti-American. He hates eagles.
We have the proof. Run the tape. I was in high school. My mom texted me this guy's annoying her about being on a podcast. It's not my fault. All right, here we go. 5. I didn't even know 5.
Yeah, number 5. I like
If you
this
could
one.
if you could put one fictional character on your college application as a reference, who would it be and why? That's a great one. I like that one.
There is a right answer to this, by the
There
way.
is. There's definitely
Possibly 2.
Mr. G's gonna make the call on this
I
one.
have an idea in my head.
Yeah, I want to do it too. It's just fun for all of us. But what do you guys got? Anyone?
It has to be
I'll-
one in
I'll let
Just
you
one
take
person?
this one first.
one person.
All right,
it's for
Ollie.
both of you to answer, but you can
So-
add one person on your resume, not the whole Avengers team. No.
Tony
All right,
Stark.
Ollie, who's
Oh.
your guess?
Okay, so I'm gonna switch it up. I'm not gonna say Spider-Man. It could be from any sort of fiction.
Anything.
Yeah.
Fictional character, anything.
I would say, since I was going for political science and I want the most clap behind me, I would say Paul Atreides. Although he's not really someone to admire,
Wow.
he would have the references as Emperor of the Universe to get me anywhere.
That
That's
is
not bad.
great. That's
I
not bad at all.
actually, Aiden, I liked his. He said it before. Aiden,
What'd
what
he
did you say?
Tony Stark.
It's a good one.
That's great.
Can't go wrong with Tony Stark.
He
I
can
mean,
No.
sell ice to people that don't need ice.
hmm yeah, he's
Those
like
are
a great.
Yeah, I
Those
didn't
are
want
both fantastic answers.
Yes.
Unfortunately, they are both wrong
Really? Who's the answer, McDonald?
because the answer is if you had one fictional character on your college application as a reference, it would be Thomas J. Whitmore, the President of the United States from the movie Independence Day.
That inspirational speech alone. Yeah.
Yeah. He
He
flew
did
a
save
jet.
the Earth.
I mean, you know that he could, whatever he says is just gonna happen.
Yeah, no, that's true. I think, I would say Chuck Norris. I know he's real, but I feel like he's fictional.
Wow.
Yeah, he's got
fictional,
enough lore behind him.
fictional
Yeah.
Chuck Norris. You know what it is? They can't say no.
He's a
They
legend.
can't deny it. Yeah, they
Yeah.
can't.
No.
There's a good Chuck Norris joke in there somewhere, but they
Right.
can't
You know that
deny the
Superman
college.
goes to bed wearing Chuck Norris underoos.
But it's
I've
got to
heard
be
that.
like on the application. Like you can't say no to Chuck Norris. Oh, wait a minute. This college doesn't accept Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris accepts the college.
Ooh, well played, well played.
It's good. All right, 2 more guys. Multiple choice. You're trapped in a room. You both can answer these. It's a multiple choice question. You're trapped in a room. You can only escape by completing one task. Which do you choose? Here are the tasks. A. Build the Millennium Falcon out of Legos without instructions. B. Explain the Electoral College in under 30 seconds. C. What his face when I said that. Holly's face when I said that was funny. Sorry. C. Watch every Mets loss from last season, and I guess this season. D. Rank every Marvel movie while people yell at you. Because you know they're going to judge whatever your ranking is. You got to do one to escape the room. You're trapped. Which one are you going to do? Aiden first. Which one? You got to choose one.
I'm gonna say ranking the Marvel movies. I mean,
While being judged in yelling.
So hold on, ready? Now we're gonna judge you. What's your number one?
You're right.
Iron Man. It's not even a question.
Interesting. See, I disagree, but that's that's what
Really?
opinions are for. Mine is right.
Set everything off.
What's your?
It's an easy one. It's Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
All right. I could see that.
Go ahead, Ollie.
I mean, I know my face reaction to it was horrible, but I think I would go Electoral College under 30 seconds. I gotta go with
Light
my
work.
gut. The knowledge.
Light work.
Yeah, I think I have the knowledge to do it. I was kind of running through my head. I think I'd do that. With people shouting at me trying to rank all the Marvel movies. No way. And
You
building
got that
one
in
in
30
Falcon.
seconds. I'm proud of you.
But hold on, Ollie. The problem's going to be 30 seconds.
Yeah,
Well,
I would.
listen. Hold on. Here's the loop in it. B is the correct answer, by the way. 1, you're out in 30 seconds. And it doesn't explain it. It doesn't mean I have to understand it. He just has to explain it in 30 seconds.
Wow. So
That's
my question
true.
called-
That's-
yeah.
So
That's a
you're
good
only
point.
in there for 30 seconds, in and out.
I messed that
I like
up.
that.
That was a
Charlie's efficient. I love it.
Yeah. He got me.
Because
All right.
building a Millennium Falcon would take forever. Having people
Hours.
yell at
It
you,
would totally be worth it, though.
having people yell at you would be tough.
Well,
I
that'd
do
be
that
tough.
professionally.
Yeah.
Watching every Mets
We're
loss
teachers.
could be a
That's just-
while.
That's just hurtful
Oh yeah,
too.
that's a long.
As a
time.
Yankee fan, I would love to watch every Met loss.
I would need to have tissues after all those tears of every single loss.
Right.
So hang on, Aiden, you're a Met fan. Are your parents Met fans? Is it
My dad-
generational?
My dad's a Met fan. My mom, she's going back and forth. She's gone back and forth between Yankees and Mets.
She's
my
baseball agnostic.
Yeah. my grandpa is a diehard Mets fan. That's gonna be like when he passes away, he's gonna have a Mets hat on. Like I
It
think
is
it's rare if
generational.
it's rare if I don't see him with a Mets hat on. Yeah.
That's
I got you.
All right, guys. Final question so we can get out of here. 10 years from now, when you're both wildly successful, will you come back on the podcast?
Oh, if invited, it. I'll be
Yeah.
here.
I'll be here without a doubt.
Okay, guys, we're gonna be really old.
All right, we got it. That's a
We're still doing
recording.
it.
That is a verbal contract.
Yes, we got it.
I'm held to it. Yeah.
Whatever your
Definitely.
level of
You have my
fame
word.
is,
All right.
when you're canceling your appearance on Jimmy Kimmel, I'm like, no. You said you were coming on tonight.
You got to remember where it
Mhm.
started. So
I was supposed to
course.
meet with
Yes.
the president, but I gotta meet someone more important.
My God, these two washed up old teachers. I need to sit with them.
Whoa! Did you just say two? You assuming one of us is gonna die?
Oh, I'm not gonna make it, man.
Yeah.
I'm living too hard right now. It's too
Well,
crazy.
hold on. In 10 years, I'll be retired for sure in 10 years. I don't know about you, Pat, but I'll be retired.
I only have 6 years left, but who's counting?
Oh,
Yeah, these guys are just starting school, so let's not rub it in their face.
all right.
All right, now for real this time, did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
Of course. I had a great time.
This was-
An amazing time.
Yep.
Thank you so much for joining us.
So hold on, before we leave, do you have any advice for next year's valedictorian and salutatorian for coming on to our show?
Because they do listen to the one before. Yeah, go ahead.
Don't overthink it. That's probably
Because
the
you know
best.
there's someone right now, he's like ranked third, and he's like, I'm gonna be valedictorian next year. And
And
so
I'm
he's
getting
listening
on the
now, and he's
podcast.
like, all right, what do I gotta do?
Aiden, you want to go first?
Advice for this weird show.
Always say Chuck Norris is the right answer.
He's not wrong.
I don't even think you could pick Chuck Norris as the wrong answer. Chuck Norris won't let you
Seriously.
pick that wrong answer.
I heard on the AP exam, if you just write Chuck Norris, you get it right.
Oh,
I might need to test that out.
We're gonna go for it. You know what? Let us know how it turns out. Come back on, guys. It was wrong. It wasn't the way to go. Maybe we should put that on a T-shirt. What about you, Ollie? Advice for next year's crew?
I would say that in life, just never stop dreaming, and that once you reach valedictorian, salutatorian, that's not the end. That's just the beginning. So never keep looking ahead. Always keep looking ahead, and that ultimately.
You almost gave terrible advice. Never look ahead.
No, yeah, I meant the other way around. Never
Just
stop looking ahead. Yeah. Stop right here. Peak now. No. Yeah, always keep dreaming.
There
All
you
right,
go.
guys. Thank you so much for joining us. Had a great time with you guys.
Yes.
Likewise.
For Ollie, Aiden, for Mr. G, for Mr. McDonald, I'm Mr. Richardson. Thank you so much for joining us on the podcast. And we will talk to you next time on the Fandalorians, Teachers by Day, Nerds by Night.
And gentlemen, we'll see you in 10 years.
Yes.
Better write that down.
Yep. Let me cue that up. This thing blocks. I have to keep sliding it over. Here we go.
No, because Aiden, I really liked The Last Jedi, and Mr. Richardson really hated The Last Jedi.
With a fiery passion. I hate that film.
I at first didn't like it, but then the more I ruminated on it, I like it. I don't love it, but I liked where it was going.
Because if you it's set up, it's still set up for a good third film, and they just trashed that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel like Rogue One's also like pretty underrated.
Oh my God, Rogue One is my
greatest thing,
favorite it's my
Mhm.
favorite Star Wars outside of the original trilogy.
No, that's
Yeah,
right.
definitely. Yeah,
And just watch. I'm assuming you watched Andor, right?
of course. How can you not?
Just watching Andor makes you like Rogue One even more.
Yeah.
All right.
But it made me dislike. Never mind.
No, go Charlie.
Uh-oh,
No.
no hot take from Charlie?
No, it was
I can
just
put
like
this in the end credit scene that we did.
Yeah.
I'll cut this and move it.
it was that whole idea of like how the spies, and I can't remember her name, but Cassian and the girl. She was the one that kind of did all that work, and like at the end they showed her like basically traumatized and all of that stuff. And then 3 weeks later, there's Luke, Chewie, Han, and Princess Leia like, yay, we won! Where they so much they stood on the shoulders of giants kind of thing.
Charlie, stop thinking so much.
I know.
That would help.